How'd it go? Were you successful? Here's your payment. I believe you'll find it more than adequate for the task you performed. Outlander. What are the specifics? You'll have to forgive me if I seem overly suspicious, but what business is that of yours? I'm not sure how folk behave in your land, but here, we don't open up to others so quickly. Then we shan't be getting too personal. I guess it's only fair I wasn't born in the but at that time, I can recall one time we stole, what was that we used? Grouch? Anyways, I startled the next thing anyone in the chicken fed. Needless to say, both of us had the pleasure of, I had a good friend back then. That was a long time. It would be best not to dwell in the past for an extensive period of time. Good. We still have work to do. What would you like to do next? You'll need to speak with Fordon then. You'll find him downstairs.
Hello. Straight to the point, aren't you? Good, that's how I prefer my help. I'm not quite sure how much exploring you've done here, but if you've looked around the hideout recently at all, you've probably noticed a few worn out or damaged sections, especially in the stonework or wood. We need materials to fix these areas. That's where you come in. You need to purchase 15 teak planks in Furtherhill and 20 stone blocks from Siri. Don't worry about transporting these materials, we've had many transactions with these halflings before. Just tell them to drop it off 50 meters west of Bargend by the big oak tree. They'll understand. Then, so long as the new master of Bargend complains less than his predecessor, we'll pick it up from there and I'll begin the repairs. All you need to do is place the orders. Here's the coin you need. 100 for lumber, 150 for stone. Don't spend it on anything else. You get more than this as a reward if you do as instructed.
What can an old halfling do?
Oh, it's been a while since one of you stopped by. Say, you're not the usual chap. Whatever happened to him?
All the Shire. Nay, all of Middle Nirn.
Oh dear.
Maybe even
I
beyond.
wonder if someone pushed him in. Bah, we'll save the rumors for later. What can I give? Always a pleasure doing business for your kind. I'll get the stone to that It's a good thing. What do you want?
Of course. How much do you... I'm sorry, but 100 gold just isn't enough to purchase the type of wood you want. Maybe at one time it was, but with these strange happenings in the Shire, I had to raise my... You're about 65 short of the amount of teak you want. Thanks for understanding. I'll get the lumber to the spot requested.
Looking for some build.
Hello. Indeed, I just brought them back to the base. They're precisely what we needed. You take orders well. Here's your payment. All right, then.
How about...
Speak your piece. That should be enough for now. I'll have one of the others pick up the last assignment. You've been of much help. I wonder if you feel ready for more serious work. Small as they may seem, these tasks may decide our success or failure in the future. Don't ignore the pebbles. or even they may cause giant ripples in deep waters. Very well. Take some time to get yourself properly rested, and return to me when you're ready for more work. There's a lot to do. What do you need? With patience, and a full understanding of what we're dealing with. What can be gained if we... Innocence. That is not something I will permit of my rangers, no matter how much they plead for it. I wasn't granted the rank of captain just because of my good looks, you know. Was there something else? Sure.
Did you say something? Huh? Swiftly. Dark forces surround us from every direction. Are we to sit back while their armies rally, while each stage in their master plan unfolds? We would all be killed. Rangers, halflings, outlanders, it wouldn't matter. To hold off our actions until after their first move would be to imply we will survive it. But I ask you, what if we don't? Will not the Shire be in even greater peril when the Rangers have been destroyed? Well, that proves not everyone's a complete fool. I'm glad to hear you agree with my approach to this coming danger. With Thorman's stubborn ways, I think I'll need all the support I can get.
Sure. There's a lot to do. What do you need? Be brief. I thought you had agreed with me that patience, yet it has come... Which do you... Either way, I find it difficult to respect someone whose opinions change as often as the weather. Yeah.
Thorman told us about your efforts, friend. Good work. You certainly made our lives a bit easier. You may go a long way with that attitude. But you'd best prepare yourself. I believe Thorman has another task for you. What about us? Sorry, I don't quite catch your meaning. That was clever, but I suggest we keep things professional between us, especially since any distractions could put the entire Shire at risk. Not at all. What's on your mind? All right then.
Yes?
Outlander, I was looking for a chance to speak with you again. I have an interesting proposal. As you can tell, our company isn't doing so well. We require help, reinforcements, even. As you probably heard, you cannot become a ranger. It's not in your blood. And it is not a profession you can choose or train to become. However, we do need people we can trust. People who can help us plan and execute orders. I think you might be someone who could fill that role. So, my question is, would you be willing to become an honorable ranger within our company?
What? This is outrageous! Besides, you already have a recruit amongst your ranks. Me!
You would bring someone we've only just met right into our fold? I cannot follow this reasoning.
A little unexpected and sudden. But we need the extra hands, all right?
I am not surprised that this announcement causes confusion and excitement in the hearts of my friend. I am not surprised that this... But I stand by my decision. What say you? Will you accept my offer? You should know by now that our coffers have limited contents. I hope you can find rewards in other places. Yet I am but one man whose trust you've begun to win. My companions might think otherwise, and rightly so. Before you can walk the path of the Ranger, you should make an effort to earn their trust. If you require the whereabouts of the other rangers, please talk to Buy or Sell or myself. Outlander. Yes? Have you gained the trust of all the Rangers yet, Outlander? You cannot join us before everyone accepts your inclusion. I just sent him to patrol the southern ravine fields. If you're looking for him, I'd try somewhere around the Brarywine Bridge. If he's not there, just follow the road east for a little bit.
What are you doing out here? I didn't send for aid. To talk, or to gain my trust? Or does it matter? I don't know if you've looked around, but there's not a lot you can help with. The ruffians and goblins typically steer clear of this place, mostly because I am always walking out here. However, if you're looking just to talk, I have plenty of time. I suppose if Thorman had dispatched me somewhere eventful, I may not welcome inane conversation. However, this is the third time he's assigned me this route, and it's one of the safest roads in the Shire. Come now, there is much that can be discussed as we patrol. Do you know why we're losing the Shire, Outlander? It's not because we lack manpower or strength. We are 5 rangers strong, 6 should you pass the trials. But even 5 rangers is an excessive amount for an area such as this. In reality, 2 rangers could protect this land, 3 could do it with ease, and 4 would be near overkill. Yet this is not the case here, for reasons the others refuse to think about. I know what you would assume, that it is an issue with skill. The rangers here are young for their race and are limited in their abilities. A fair observation, we are some of the youngest of the Nunamorians, all gathered here to carry out a job that should be relatively easy. But where skill is considered, we are still rangers, and we can fight as well as the best of them. Well, unlike the others, I've actually been digging into this, trying to find our problem and solution to it as well. Want to hear it? Of course you don't, but that's not going to stop my ranting. It's purely strategy. We spend far too long reporting progress back to our captain, or waiting for the captain's approval before we do anything. That was great when there was 1 goblin sighting a month, but now that more pop up every day, we're just wasting time. We need to work independently, use our own instinct and judgment when it comes to making decisions. After all, if we're all thinking exactly what the captain's thinking, are any of us actually thinking at all? What happens should Thorman fall? Nobody would know what to do, the rangers would be in total chaos and we'd be struck down one by one. Sure, Biasel could take over the leadership role, but she's a second-in-command person and always will be. Unrivaled as the support staff, lousy as the leader. Just don't tell her I said that. Over the last weeks, we've seen more goblins and bandits in the Shire than we ever did in the last 100 years. It has become clear that if we're going to survive, we need to change our approach a little. Problem is, Thorman's a stubborn one, and all my attempts at convincing him have fallen short. It feels pointless sometimes, like a beauty salon in a dwarven city. That's a decent analogy. Might use that later.
What do you want? I don't suppose you've got time for a short game of riddles.
Hold it. Do you see what that man ahead of us is doing? He's studying the village below, looking for possible invasion points and weaknesses in the guard's patrol. A scout of the enemies, no doubt. Alright, outsider, you wanted my trust, go talk to him. I want to observe how you would handle a situation like this.
What you staring for? I haven't done a thing. Somehow I doubt that. What you really talking to me for? Alright. You ain't got to tell me twice. I can tell when I ain't wanted. Now, back to business.
Very nice. Couldn't have handled it much better than that myself. He'll think twice about his work from this point forward, that's for sure. Alright, Outlander. You've done better than expected, and proven you can take proper action when necessary. When Thorman gathers us to perform your initiation, you can count on my support. Sure.
Outlander. There's a lot to do. What do you need? She is patrolling the northern borders, but in all honesty, I fear something vile has come of it. I just hope she's steered clear of the goblin encampments up there. Perhaps. I still hold no proof, only suspicion. But if what I suspect turns out to be true, she could be in grave danger. Regardless, I'll mark the area I suspect she... If you find her, escort her out of trouble, and tell her to report to me.
Hear that? The goblins know you freed me! Let's get out of here! Thanks. I'm not sure what those goblins would have done. Well, I suppose I owe you thanks. I'm not sure what those goblins would have done to me had you not arrived when you did. But just one more thing. Could you not bring this up to Thorman when he asks? He worries about me enough as it is. And if you found out, well, I'd probably never breathe the crisp outside air again. Hey, what? No, I don't think that would work. There are no mud crabs here. Whatever they are. It might be... That's a relief. I'll handle the part personally. Come on, we better get back to the hideout before they send somebody else to check up on us. Alright, back me up if things go south. Otherwise, just don't say anything. You can manage that, right?
Tinru, I'm assuming you're prepared to tell me why such a brief scouting mission ended up taking so long.
It wasn't planned that way, I assure you. But during our walk I ran into a few halfling hunters, one of which was badly injured. So I applied some of the wound healing techniques Firesoul taught me and tended to his injuries, because it took a little longer than I'd thought.
Alright, you've said your piece. Now, I want to talk with the Outlander. Alone.
Are you sure that's a good idea? She gets quite delusional sometimes. Told me I ran into family and...
Alone.
Yes, of course, Captain.
She's a good student, but a horrible liar. Tell me, what really happened out there? Then, where do the goblins come in? Don't look surprised, you two have reeked with the stench of orcs since you first walked in, and Tinruth's blade is still stained with their blood. I understand you're attempting to gain her trust, but I cannot approve of this method. Still, you found her, and brought her home safely. That is exactly what I asked, and with that I find no fault. Yes? See you.
What did you tell Thorman? Figures. Thorman's always been the one. Nevertheless, I'm glad you had my back. Not many of the other... When the time comes, I'll proudly vouch on your behalf.